What is going on, traders? Welcome back to another episode of xauusd technical analysis video. Now in this video we're going to cover some of the stuff we talked about on Friday, as well as preparing ourselves for Monday the 21st of October, making sure that we're well positioned to maximize on any opportunities that market presents, whether it's going bullish or going bearish. We want to make sure that we're facing in the right direction at all times so that we can actually capitalize off it. Okay, so that's that. Now if you're new to the channel, okay, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like. Right, so with that covered, let's get straight into the business of the day. So as it stands, so let me just zoom in into this area. The weekly high was that was a no-brainer on a Friday. It was going to be where it was based on where I did the video. So the weekly high is set here, just a little bit different. So I'm just going to so let's just say weekly high 2722.92. So that's the weekly high, and the weekly low is around about 2638.23. Okay, if any of these levels are taken out next week, we're looking for moves in the corresponding direction. And another thing that I mentioned as well in regards to this level here being taken out is that I believe that next week weekly highs are going to be in a tight range, in my opinion, in an extremely tight range, right? Because I can't really see gold doing a straight fly down all the way below this level over here in a week. It could do that, but I don't expect it to, right? So what I'm expecting is next week we have a weekly high and a weekly low set in between this region over here, somewhere around here. Okay, new weekly high, new weekly low, and then the following week will give us the likelihood of if this level, this weekly low, is going to be taken out, or if it's not going to be taken out and market is going to continue to push upwards. Bearing in mind there are a couple of conditions to kind of that leads me to believe that this bullish run is going to keep going on for a little bit longer, just because we have 17 to 16 days until the US election actually kicks in. And in my opinion, I think it has a role to play in the current move in regards to market going up. So for example, we've got all the wars is springing up all over the place. That is creating uncertainty, so people are looking for gold as a safe haven, as well as the likelihood, well, as it stands now, the likelihood of Donald Trump winning the election. So Donald Trump winning the election is going to be somewhere in the future around here, at which point this would be our all-time high. If he gets in, okay, a lot of people are going to have confidence in him. As you can see, the vibe around globally, not even in the United States, globally, is with Trump, right? We can't deny that. You can say, oh, you don't want to be with him, whatever, it don't matter. Most people are saying he is the guy. Even enemies of the United States are saying he is the guy. Friends of the United States are saying he is the guy. So we'll see if he becomes president in the next couple of days. And if he does, I'm expecting gold to then pull back from his new all-time high that it has now created, right? So I think this is the highest gold has ever been within this decade. Let me see how far back market will go to see how far back. Yeah, so this is the highest gold has ever been, right? This is the highest it's ever been. So at this level right now, it is only smart. So we're on a monthly, so it's only smart, in my opinion, to start thinking about the possibility that price is going to start coming down. But I don't think it's going to be coming down from next week. I don't think it's going to be coming down from next week at all. I think it's going to continue to push until we have confirmation that he is indeed in power. And then once he is in power, then I'll be expecting a retracement. So from November up to somewhere in Jan, I'll be expecting gold to start to correct itself, right? But then again, I could be wrong, because once again, I do not have a crystal ball, and I am not a financial advisor, and I'm not giving you financial advice. So as it stands for Monday the 21st of October, this is what I will be looking out for. This is what I'll be looking out for. I'll be looking out for this level being taken out, right? So if this level is taken out, then obviously I'm looking for buys in a corresponding direction. Also looking for opportunities to be able to get entries at a discount, right? So one of those discounts could be this FVG's being visited, right? So this FVG, like was partially tapped into, it could get tapped into again, who knows. This one too was tapped into, so it could get tapped into again. And finally, there could be another FVG that is created in the early hours of Monday morning, and then that one is where we'll be looking at to say, okay, this is where we are going to load up, because it's going to be at a discounted price. But this is only on condition that this weekly high is taken out. And how the weekly high is taken out is also super important. We need a parabolic blast through the weekly high to give us that confidence that we need to say, hey, market is going to continue in the direction that it says it's going to continue in, right? If it's like a half-hearted blast through the weekly high, then it's fair to assume we must now begin to prepare for a market reversal. Now, how I prepare for market reversal is really simple, okay? Many people do this as well, and I will share that with you right now. So effectively, normally I don't like using signals in a day as a guide for entries and exits, okay? But sometimes it does help. It does help, right, in regards to how to get in and get out the market. So what I would do, right, say if market starts to pull away, this is here, it's Friday, so actually, as a matter of fact, let me just move this. Sorry for the slight rant, we're going to get back on page very soon. Let me just organize this so it just looks clear. Okay, so let's just lock this in, right? So it's fair to assume, so this is the week just gone, right? So what I would be looking for from Monday is what I want, because I'm buying and I'm over here, is I want price to keep going upwards forever. That is what I want, okay? But however, market does what market is going to do. So if market starts reversing, this is what I will be looking for. I will be looking for the daily low of the Friday to be taken out, okay? The daily low of the Friday to be taken out. I don't think I've got the okay, let me just have a look. Make that black. Okay, let me just set this up differently. All right, so this is the daily low, or roundabout the daily low. Yep, so this is the daily low of the Friday. Okay, so the low point of the Friday last week, and obviously we're looking at Monday. If this level is taken out, okay, then at this point I will use that as a guide to say, okay, market wants to return downwards. Now it will most likely create a new weekly low, but I don't think the weekly low is going to go past this level over here. I think any lows that goes past this level over here is not going to be produced next week. It's going to be produced the week after. Hence why in the Friday video I was saying that the weekly low and the weekly high of this coming week commencing the 21st, is going to be quite tight. This is what I mean, right? So maybe we might get the weekly low come into this FVG zone right here. Reason being is nothing has tapped into it properly, okay? And same thing with this one over here, okay? So I will expect the weekly low to kind of come near that area, but still produce a low higher than the previous low. But this level over here would have been taken out. And if that's the case, then what I will do is I'll wait to see on its way down if it created a bearish FEG, right? If it creates a bearish FEG on its way down, then literally this is when I will be hopping out. So I will move my trailing stop. So once it comes into the new FVG, providing it creates one, okay, I will wait for price to push up, at which point I will then lock in my trailing stop to secure as much as possible, because remember, I've been in the game since from over here last week Tuesday. And then underneath that FVG is where I'll place my new short orders for it to ride it all the way downwards, because that is what I would be expecting. And then that's how that's going to go. But this is all hypothetical based on where we think market is going to do next week, what it might do and what it could do. So based on what it could do, it could continue on this journey as to what it's doing right now. What it could also do is it could do a retracement to say it's turning around, and for it to do that, it will knock out the Friday low. and then that will tell us market is turning around, okay, and then we now need to take appropriate steps, right? And also in that as well, another important thing to mention, but we're going to be tracking this all through the week as well, so if this event does take place, then obviously you're going to hear it here, right? Which is during next week, if it creates a low weekly high, right, then that will give us this early entry that we would have done based on it taking out the Friday low to say, okay, price is indeed turning around, and we do not necessarily need this to be taken out. We can kind of preempt that and assume that it's going to happen and start taking the appropriate action to make sure that we all profit. Okay, so right about now you should be seeing two videos. One video is going to be on back testing, and the other video is going to be on the previous video to the gold video that I did. Make sure you go and check them all out so you can follow along as to how we're discussing our plans and strategies as to how we're going to profit in the market, right? So with all of that covered, I will see you on the next one.